Yo, Brian Sav back. Another episode of this here wonderful podcast by the title of the Talk and Play Blurred Cast. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. The return of the Mac nigga. No. Um, yeah, man, thank you for being here once again. I really appreciate it. That goes without saying. I mean, it could go without saying, but I would prefer it not to. You know what I'm saying? Just because I need y'all to understand their appreciation level. It's top tier. With that being said, hope everybody is well. I am myself. And what has happened since the last episode? Father's Day. That's pretty much yeah. So I am not a father. Don't want to be one, honestly. So all this is by choice. However, I am a son, and my father had to work on Father's Day. However, he did make a request of me in honor of Father's Day, and that was to spend time with my little brothers. So that's what I did for Father's Day. Celebrate my dad. He wanted me to spend time with my brothers, and that's what we did. I went out to I forgot how to pronounce it. With the Lakuchi, I forgot. It's a big forest here. It's a big forest here, like a national forest in Florida. They have like ATV trails and dirt bike trails and campsites and all kind of shit over there. So we went, rode ATVs over there. This is with my younger brother. I have two brothers. They are both minors or under the age of 18, so we won't be getting too many specifics on them because, I don't want to have to hurt anybody over my siblings. Either way, so I took my younger brother ATV riding. That was a grand time. We had a really good time. Then we went jet skiing. That was also very, very fun. Life of a Florida child, because those things are literally within 30 minutes of each other. So, that was a good time. And then my baby brother, who is a toddler, he just wanted to chill at the house. He liked bike riding, so we went bike riding in the neighborhood. He showed me all of the bike trails and went to the park and everything. That was cool. And we got back to the house. He wanted to go swimming. So, got in the pool, had a good time. All three of us, we just relaxed and enjoyed being products of the same human male, our father. So yeah, Father's Day was good. I enjoy spending time with my brothers. They are growing up very fast, and I enjoy watching the humans that they're becoming. And I appreciate my dad for everything he's been able to provide for me throughout my lifetime. And so, usually when you ask me to do stuff, especially if it's dealing with them, I don't really have no problem at all. I'll do whatever I need to do to make sure my brothers know that I care about them, I love them, and everything like that. And that even though we don't live in the same city, we still close. So yeah, that's all I've really been doing besides hanging out. You know what I'm saying? I went to the movies and things. We'll talk about that in the watch list. Just been out vibing, enjoying outside. It's officially summertime, so summer activities are underway. Doing hood rat shit with my hood rat friends. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I've been up to since the last episode. Hope you guys, like I said, have been doing well yourselves. Let's just go ahead and get into what we got going on for today so that we could just jump into this episode. I don't want to make it too long, but I feel like it might be long. But it shouldn't be, because I'm looking at the stuff now. It might not be. So, headlines. We have an interesting read. Of course, the grand news over the past week now, this whole Titanic sub thing. I'm going to give you my thoughts on that. The BET Awards just happened. In the game chat, my thoughts on the finale for the Summer Game Fest. Nintendo just had a direct that was really interesting. I enjoyed that, and then I'll talk to y'all about whatever I'm playing right now. And then the playlist, not too much new music, but we have high level music. So not quantity, but definitely quality. I'm gonna talk to y'all about that, some new singles and videos, and album wise, Gunna and Young Thug. We'll get into it. And then the watch list. I have an interesting or a trailer spotlight. And then some reviews for some things that I watched. I'm back, watching shit now. So I got stuff to talk to y'all about that I watched. Again, The Blackening. I went to the movies to see that. Some stuff on Netflix, as well as a surprise thing that I don't really get into, but I had to for the culture. We'll talk about that in the watch list. Either way, that's the episode. Or it's going to be the episode. Let's play some music real quick and then we can just jump right in. Let's go.
I was chilling at the spot on a bed-sized couch. I wasn't even gonna do nothing, don't care about the sun out. Yeah. Fuck you, little bitch, don't let my car bring me out. Yeah. I done got so rich, I think my car bring me out. Yeah. I done got so rich, I let a foreign bring me out. Fuck her in the car and told her at least it cost a house. Yeah. I done got so lit, I promise I never see a drop. I don't know the time, I know my watch 200,000. Changing up the climate whenever you get through, I'm ballin'. Change it up, my bitch, down my whole bitch stopping.
Kicking things off, right? Interesting read. Y'all know I do that, You can't just be all gossip and blog shit. You just have some actual news articles for some reputable folks here. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? I'm an Apple News junkie. I talk about this app damn near every episode. It's really good. They really be sending me articles that I'm really, really interested in reading. I don't have to open no emails, nothing like that. They pop up. I was like, okay, that's a cool headline. Let me tap that. Or I have these widgets that show me different things for categories I've set up. It's a really dope app. Either way, this article comes from Forbes.com. Y'all know Forbes. This incredible business website that always seems to know how much money celebrities and these big companies are making at all times. It's quite incredible because they are not the IRS, yet they have all of your business information. It's crazy. The article itself is titled "The FTC / Sony Case Against the Microsoft Activision Deal is Very Bad." Paul Tassi, who's the contributor, aka the author of this particular article, this is his words. He feels this way about the entire situation, and he is feeling like this because he paid attention to the recent hearing that went on dealing with this. Okay, so I immediately was like, okay, well, let me see what Paul got to say, because anytime Forbes puts their journalistic hat in the ring and starts covering things that I'm interested in, I'm like, okay, cool, because it's gonna be business, like makes sense from a business standpoint. A lot of these other articles opinionated, you know what I'm saying? Forbes, they're gonna get you with the business. So I was like, okay, let me check it out. I respect Forbes for what they do. Some things in this article that really was like, because he kind of like Paul in this article, he kind of made a lot of sense to the point where I was like, I see exactly what he's saying, and that does raise an eyebrow. Some things like he had a bullet point on here that mentioned an email that was revealed from Jim Ryan, who is the head of PlayStation, who was like, I don't even really think Microsoft is going to keep Call of Duty off of PlayStation. I'm just kind of grasping at straws, which I was like, this email came out? Like, come on now. But I guess they in court, so, subpoena. There was some other points that he made about how the FTC is focusing on the exclusivity things or the things that they could make exclusive via this whole acquisition, like, obviously making Call of Duty Xbox exclusive or other Activision Blizzard games exclusive, and the content that Activision can make that's exclusive for Microsoft. But the reason Paul was bringing this up is because he was like, Sony does this right now to this day. So it's very, very interesting and weird that they are poking at Microsoft for doing the same thing. Just recently, we had one game that I could think of specifically that RIP, Marvel's Avengers. Spider-Man is in that game, but he's only for PlayStation. Even though Marvel's Avengers is, you can play it on PC and, Microsoft, or not Microsoft, on Xbox and everything. They had a deal where Spider-Man was going to come to the game, or came to the game, because he's in the game. He came to the game, but you have to have a PlayStation in order to play him. So it is just interesting, or at least the way that Paul laid it out, it was interesting that the FTC is like digging at Microsoft for things that Sony actively does right now. They just recently had a deal with Activision that produced exclusive games and content for PlayStation specifically. So it's like, why is this an argument in your case when the people who side you're on, aka Sony, they do that shit right now, all of the time? So I was just like, you know what? He kind of spitting right now. I was really fucking with this article. I like the bullet point also about how they tried to make Phil Spencer swear on the stand, like under oath, that he would not take Call of Duty off of PlayStation. Which I'm like, why are they going so hard for fucking Call of Duty, bro? I get it. But I just don't think Call of Duty is going to have the life that people think it is. One thing about gamers, one thing about us, we are very, intentional about the games that we play and the way that we move. If we off something, we off of it. It don't matter what you try to do to make the game seem a little bit more flashier and try to get us back in. It's hard. Once the community as a whole moves away from something, especially a live service multiplayer game that's supposed to be something that brings everybody together and all this other shit, once we move off of that shit, it's dead. Look at Marvel's Avengers, RIP. Once we get our hands on it, understand what we need to understand about it, play it. If the developers aren't meeting our expectations, if the community as a whole finds too many flaws in it, we let it go. We move on. I feel like Call of Duty is reaching that point. Yes, it's a very, very storied franchise, and it's very important to the gaming landscape as a whole. It's like the top, I guess, a military simulator shooter of all time. But it's like there's only so much you can do with it. And this is my issue with games that are based on real life, because there's only so much you can do in Call of Duty before people either start being like, this is too fantasy, it's too fake, it's too fiction, I can't play this shit no more. Or they're like, we're just bored, we're doing the same things over and over. It's the same way I feel about sports games. The game of the sport, the sport that these video games emulate, like basketball, for example. The rules in basketball do not change often enough for me to want to play NBA 2K all day, every day for every year and buy the new 2K every year. It's just not an evolving sport like that. So the game is pretty much the same game every year. People don't realize it because they do a little flashy shit to keep you distracted from the fact that it's just another basketball game that you've played years and years before this. But, I digress. Read that article if you're interested in the business of this whole Activision, Microsoft, Blizzard acquisition thing. Read it, because the recent hearing did have me questioning things a lot, and Paul pointed a lot of those things out, and I was very, very satisfied, especially when he kind of pointed out that it's weird that the FTC is presiding over issues that they don't even understand. Because why are you asking about exclusivity and stuff like that when it comes to the gaming space, when that's been a thing for quite some time? You don't understand how that works yet, but you're supposed to be the law and the governing body over that. Very interesting. But that's or very bad, as Paul said. But that's the article over there on Forbes.com. Check that out when you get an opportunity. Next on the list of headlines, the Titanic sub thing. Kanye shrug. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand why they want to do this. I mean, I guess in certain cultures and communities of non-color, I'll say it like that because I don't want to be offensive, but it's the truth. This could possibly be something brag worthy, I guess. Oh yeah, actually went down there. Like say they're playing the Titanic for their great niece or granddaughter or something like that. It's like, yeah, I actually went down there and saw it. Like this might be bragging rights. I don't know, but it's like I'm pretty sure I could pull up some video footage of the Titanic on YouTube right now because some marine biologists sent a camera down there, an unmanned submarine with a camera attached to it, and caught all the footage I would need. I just don't understand the intrigue behind the Titanic. It was a big ship, supposed to be the biggest one ever, unsinkable, and then God was like, "You thought, huh?" and put it underwater. The movie was enough for me, but I can't really tell rich people how to spend their money, and that was the overall theme here. This is why people felt comfortable laughing at all the memes and stuff the same way I did, is because this was literally I want to do this because I can. I don't have to, and it's not of any importance to my life to do it. So I didn't have a great grandparent on the Titanic, and I just wanted to go down there and see they resting place or whatever the fuck. It's literally bragging rights, and I have the $250K for a ticket. That's how I read to me. But like I said, you can't tell people how to spend their money, especially if this is like an activity that they just want to do. We spend our money on frivolous things all of the time. Look at me and my theme park obsession. One could argue, like, you're crazy for getting on these roller coasters that could absolutely kill you if something were to go wrong. And I will just be like, you right. So let me do what the fuck I want to do with my money because I have a good time surviving these roller coasters. Either way, I'm empathetic, I guess, because obviously people lost their lives and everything like that. But those "what if it was your family" comments, the internet would do exactly what they did. If it was my family, y'all would be laughing and making memes and all kind of things like that. One thing that I noticed about Black Twitter, or at least the memes that were coming from Black people, they weren't specific. It wasn't like they was picking on one of the white guys on there or one of the people on there in particular or whatever. It was very general, like the sub caught most of the heat because it's a soda can. It's a military bunker that they welded shut and threw a little glass window on and put it in the water. Like that was receiving the most heat from all of these jokes. The people that was on the inside fighting for their life, condolences. But the sub, he was getting this work because what are you doing in the water? You can't. You can't swim, or apparently it could, because this is not the first time it went down there. That's what I read, that this was a thing that this company or whatever, they had successfully completed before. So now they was like, okay, time to make a bag. We could turn this into a little tourist attraction, and I guess we won't be seeing anybody do that anytime soon. Again. But yeah, man, it just is what it is. Condolences. I'm glad that I'm not glad that it happened, but I'm appreciative of the fact that it's the same thing. I'm appreciative of the fact that no Black people were involved in this. We do have some rich celebrities that tend to do daredevilish things like Beyonce. So I'm glad that I'm appreciative of the fact that we're going to be off of this, because it's not something that is safe. Once I saw that they were like, oh, on the like liability waiver, it had like death or risk of death on there like 3 times just on the first page alone. I was like, that sounds like a conjuring spell to me. It sounds like you trying to invoke something. If I see death on a liability waiver one time, I'm going to question myself. I'm going to double take. 3 times, I would just hand this paper back. Like, bro, y'all playing. I don't want to do this. But, knowing these folks, it was probably on a tablet and they scrolled past that real fast. Initial here, sign here, you know what I'm saying? Routing number, account number here. Yeah, I don't know. But, I'm glad social media had its way with the conversation, because I got a lot of laughs out of it. And I don't really feel bad about it because, that's what we do on social media. And it was harmless. And I still, even though I was laughing at the situation, I still have empathy for the people that lost their lives. Because that's, it's still fucked up. So condolences and all that to the family and everything like that. And to that, to the families of anybody that lost their lives on that sinking ship, it was like 400, 700, some kind of crazy hundreds of people that were trying to flee a country because it was some shit going on. They wanted refuge somewhere else and they ended up sinking. They only was able to save 18 people. The rest of them hundreds of people like drowned or whatever and died. RIP and condolences, because that's fucked up. Because I now really want to understand what was going on in their home country that made them decide that they wanted to flee in that way. Because there's a limit as to how many people can be on boats, and I know they knew they was over, but whatever. Moving forward, Tasha K, she ain't learned a lesson. She's still out here talking on Cardi B name. You owe this girl $4 million, Tasha K, and you are still running your mouth in a very, very dangerous way. I don't understand. Cardi is already taking your checks from YouTube. Pretty sure she tapping on your Patreon wallet as well, because court subpoenas are incredibly difficult to deny. Pretty sure once Cardi's lawyers served YouTube, Patreon, and wherever else you getting money, they was like, that's no problem. We don't even know who this lady is for real. And just gave her the money. She mentioned when she was replying to some of the shit that you was saying about her and Offset and everything, she already mentioned, like, I know you got another bank account over there in Africa. We on that too. We chasing that down too. So like, what? Why haven't you learned, man? I want to know for me. I know it's people listening right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that enjoys the Talk and Play Blurcast. I want to know for me, because I heard the news and then I was like, there's only one logical thing that I could think of, and that is you are trying to boost eyes on your brand and your content by creating controversy. Because for somebody like Tasha K, who reports on like celebrity gossip and drama and stuff like that, all press is good press, no matter what it is about. Like, you in the headlines, people are going to go check out your YouTube channel to see why you're in the headlines. They're going to follow you on Instagram to keep up with you and your drama. So I'm thinking maybe she talking about Cardi again in this way, because Cardi's going to respond, because, she hasn't evolved past responding to people that are clearly not on her level. So she gets in the shits with the people, and I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you need to speak on something, speak on something. It don't really matter who it is. It's just, you have a history and a track record now of responding to any and everything. So I'm pretty sure Tasha was like, okay, she gonna respond. People gonna go check my YouTube out, boost my numbers up, and I'll be able to pay this $4 million off quicker. That's the only logical thing that I could think of, because I'm pretty sure you have said something that Cardi's lawyers went to her and were like, we can get her again for this now, because she, that's a lie. We know we could get her again. I'm pretty sure that's happened. So I don't understand what the play is, but do what you want to do, I guess. I can't tell you what to do with your business. What else has happened? The BET Awards just happened. I didn't watch it live. I didn't even know it was coming on until I started seeing clips circulating on the blogs, and then by that time I was like, I'm in the middle of a game right now. I think I was playing Overwatch or Final Fantasy 16, which we'll talk about that in the game chat. But I was like, I don't want to stop and tune in. And plus, I know BET is going to upload everything that I want to see onto YouTube anyway. So I'll just catch it later and watch real time on social media with all the other blogs and things like that. So shout out to the BET Awards, because I still respect it. And I'm going to say this right quick before I start. I hope that Tyler Perry buying BET means that the BET Awards will elevate, because I don't like where it is right now. That shit was okay back in the 90s and early 2000s or whatever, to have all of our legends and greats literally sitting in some fold-up auditorium chairs watching each other perform and receive awards on stage at Fox Theater or whatever. That's cool or whatever, but I look at the way our black celebrities like really step out for things like the Rock Nation brunch and the Met Gala, the Oscars, Emmys, Grammys. I look at the way black people step out for those, and I'm just like, you know what? The BET Awards should be a little bit more like this. Not in an anti-black way, but in a promoting or amplifying the regalness of black people. Because when we put our shit on, we put our shit on. And one thing about niggas is we don't care what we have on. If the vibe is right and we ready to turn up, we gonna turn up in whatever it is. So I just want us to have like a nice, festive, regal evening, you know what I'm saying, that we could turn up at, but still like look great. Not to say nobody in particular or anything like that was looking bad or whatever, because some of the looks or whatever from the red carpet, they were straight. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying I want the BET Awards to be a little bit more regal and more prominent. I just feel like the BET Awards and the NAACP Awards, they like two of the biggest awards that black entertainers and, you know, just black people in general can receive. The NAACP Awards, they do a nice job of making sure, you know, things look and move, you know, in a regal way. Just want BET to like kind of do the same thing. Like, give us a little dress code so we can have niggas show up in their best and then let us know, like, you still open bar. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna have Sexy Red on the stage talking about her coochie pink and booty hole brown, so we still gonna be niggas. But, you know, dress up. I don't know. Niggas love white parties. Tyler Perry, make the first BET Awards that you have the honor of being the owner of, I guess. Make it an all-white affair. Tell these niggas, put on your best all-white. We still gonna turn up, have a good time. Still gonna be a bunch of hood niggas on the stage performing. But we gonna look good. We gonna cater. Get these fold-up chairs out the way. Put us some nice, you know, round tables or, you know, rectangle tables. I don't know. Just wanted to be different. Because every time that camera panned to the audience, I'd be like, there's so much money in that room. And they all just look like average niggas. And I don't like that. I like my celebrity to look rich. And a lot of them was not. Just because I'm sitting in a fold-up chair in a auditorium somewhere in LA. Like, just, I wouldn't dress up either. But BET Awards happened. Only thing that really caught my attention, Auntie Patty. I don't fault her because, you know, she is up in age and she is a legend. I just would hope that the next time we call on specific people to do tributes to specific artists, that we just ask them like, hey, can you please learn the 2 songs like front to back that you are about to perform for this legend? Because I can understand why Miss LaBelle didn't know the words to Tina Turner's songs or whatever. It's not like she was singing like the most popular one that we know. She was, you know, it was a big one, but it wasn't the one from Miss Turner. But it was just like, you got, was it 2 or 3 songs? Like, just Miss Patty, just learn the words. That way the teleprompter and you not being able to see the lyrics ain't no issue like that. But at the same time, I get it. That's a legend and everything. Offset and Quavo came together to perform in honor of Takeoff. That was really, really dope. I didn't think I would see it. I didn't think that would be something that I saw in my lifetime, that the Migos would come back together. You know, after all that's been said and done behind Quavo and Offset's ongoing issues with one another. But, you know, they put that shit to the side. They said they do it for family. And, you know, everybody, all of us, the whole culture want to see that because Takeoff. So I really, really felt with that moment. I did go on YouTube and watch that performance. It was dope. They performed the ones that we wanted to hear from the Migos. Gave us some nice pictures of Takeoff in the background. And we saw Quavo and Offset actually acknowledging each other, rapping back and forth to each other. It was a moment. So I fucked with that. And shout out to BET for making that happen, because that was probably like one of the biggest draws for the BET was the fact that this moment happened. So I fucked with that. Uzi and JT, they got into a fight. Well, not a fight, a little scuffle. JT was upset. I don't know, like, the particulars behind it. Based on the shit I read on the blogs or whatever, it was like, oh, Uzi and JT was sitting together, obviously because they're dating, they're a couple, and I guess JT walked away for a minute or whatever, and then not only was her seat occupied by somebody she didn't know, but then Uzi was talking to Ice Spice and taking pictures, which Ice Spice definitely posted the pictures they took together, in which people was like, oh, you know what I'm saying, she fell away over Ice Spice because Uzi mentioned her in a song recently or whatever the case might be. I don't know if any of that is true. JT came out and was like, oh, it ain't had nothing to do with Ice Spice. It was about Uzi and him playing with me and all this other. I don't know. But definitely made headlines, and I'm glad that they are not letting that spill over into like some continuing drama or like rap girl beef or whatever the case might be. The blogs picked it up. We saw the videos and the pictures from attendees of the BET Awards. JT got on the internet real quick and said it ain't had nothing to do with Ice Spice. Stop doing that. And Ice Spice has just been minding her business. She ain't said nothing about it, even though you can see her in video footage and pictures, like, you know, trying to reassure JT there's nothing going on. Uzi ain't get on in there and said nothing about it, but what he did do was drop the trailer for his new album coming out this weekend. We'll talk about it in the playlist because I'm excited. We'll talk about it. But, you know, shout out to Uzi and JT. I like them as a couple. Shout out to Nikki for getting on Instagram live with JT and telling her, you know, we don't even need to talk about that. Like, we're not feeding the negativity, and just having, you know, little girl talk to kind of boost each other's, you know, self-esteem in the moment. I guess not self-esteem, but morale. Yeah. Either way, the performances for the BET Awards, they were pretty cool from what I got to see. Obviously, Offset and Quavo, I like their performance. I saw Lotto ripping out the plastic in her outfit because it caught me on guard because I was like, oh, that's the stuff that be on the front of like the bag from the Chinese restaurant when you get you some wings and fried rice. You know them little white bags that be like, thank you, all over it. She hadn't had that on. That was kind of cool because ripping out the plastic. Who else I saw? I saw Glorilla's performance. That was cool. Who else? Coyle Ray, her performance was cool. I really liked her outfit. I know people was like, oh, you know, she trying to pander and all this other stuff. The girl said she just wants some unity. She had on like a, I don't know, jogging suit, a white jogging suit, and then on the jogging suit, it had the names of all of the women, well, not all of them, but the names of some of the most prominent women rappers like ever. So Nicki was on there, Foxy Brown was on there, Lil' Kim was on there, Eve, Doja Cat, Lady of Rage, Queen Latifah I saw on there as well, Lotto, Cardi. Did I see Glorilla's name on there too? I think I did. But, you know, she was just shouting out all the girls, and I really, really fuck with that because why not? Her performance was cool as well. The Hip Hop 50 performance, I was a little off put by that because we did miss input from Cash Money, Young Money. You cannot have a celebration of hip hop without that particular crew. I like Jeezy coming out and performing and T.I. and everything like that. I think the West Coast needed a little bit more representation as well. Just me saying that. But overall, as a whole, from what I could tell, the performances were straight. I still haven't like gone through their YouTube channel, BT's YouTube channel, and watched everything I wanted to watch. But I was fucking with the ones I did mention. I really appreciated Sexy Red turning up in the audience when her song came over the the speakers or whatever. That was a moment, especially because some of the people in the audience around her was like, Coochie Pink, Booty Hole Brown, some of the most devout individuals that BET could get to come out talk about Coochie Pink, Booty Hole Brown. What's going on? It was a moment. If you haven't seen that clip circulating social media of Sexy Red in the audience, turning up to her record, had the whole little section lit, and there's people like looking around like, what the fuck is going on over here? Go watch it, because it's funny. Same thing with Boosie. This nigga was hyped when Wipe Me Down came on over the speakers, and I appreciated it. You know, Boosie is highly problematic, and I often have to separate him from his Negro classics. But in this moment, I appreciated him like having a good time, enjoying himself, especially because he just got out of jail over something. I'm pretty sure he just got out of jail over something, and I was happy to see him smile and jumping up and down. He even fell out the chair. I don't know why you stood on them fold up auditorium seats like that, but you know the ground was calling and you answered. So it is what it is. I'm glad you was having a good time, my nigga. And then what else? I saw a few, like I said, the red carpet looks or whatever. Those were cool. Nobody I want to shout out specifically because I can't remember really all the outfits. But I know I looked at some of the stuff. And the performances that they had on the stage outside prior to, I want them to stop doing that. Put these artists on the inside on a smaller stage to the left or to the right or something like that. Stop having these people out in the LA heat in the middle of Sunday talking about I don't know, whatever songs was performing. Like I want that to change too. If we're gonna do like that, then bring back the BET experience. Is that still happening? Do they still do that, the BET experience? Because that would be dope. If BET put together like a festival on one day, an event on Friday for everybody to kind of like just chill and turn up to, a music festival on Saturday, or the awards on Saturday, and then a music festival on Sunday. Yeah, I think I would like that. Like make it a little 3-day weekend and just give us a reason to actually want to be in LA for that particular award ceremony and come together with the rest of these niggas. But that's it for the headlines. Let's go ahead, play some music real quick, and then game chat.
I don't know no more. I don't know no more. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what to call. We was never used to money. They don't know how to ball. They looking for me, let them know I'm building a wall. Ducking that law. I ain't trusting no one at all. I know that when you shine, they wish some days would be dull. I ain't know it be a time you really show who you are. We burn the bridge and cut the ties and we forever apart.
Game chat for this particular episode. What did I say I wanted to talk to y'all about? Oh yes, the rest of the Summer Game Fest, right? Because last time we talked, it was definitely the beginning, and I only got to see the PlayStation Showcase. Now I saw Xbox, and that's what I want to talk to y'all about, and Capcom, or one game from Capcom. So no trailer, because we're talking about trailers for pretty much the entire duration of the game chat. Let's get into it. So the Xbox Starfield Showcase, Starfield looked cool. I don't know if it's coming to PlayStation. I didn't catch that, so I don't know. Not much to say about it, but it looked cool to me. South of Midnight, that trailer looks really, really dope. Something about the story, I was like, oh, this is kind of dope, because it looked like they was in like Louisiana a little bit, and it was black people, and they was dealing with like witchcraft or something like that, some kind of something, I don't know. It looked interesting. So South of Midnight looked dope, but Xbox exclusive, so probably never get a chance to play it. 33 Mortals looked really, really fire, and I was mad that this is not coming to PlayStation 5, because this is a 33 player co-op game. You can have 33 people co-op a single like mission or something with you. That just sounds fire. Obviously, you know, it's fantasy fiction, so spells and magic and all that kind of shit like that. But I was just like, damn, I've never played a game where so many people could be on the field at one time. Or, yes, I have, because Fall Guys. But this in particular, I was like, okay, cool, because they're like actually doing a mission together. What it was, Kinitsugami, is that how you pronounce it? I think so. Kinitsugami, Path of the Goddess. Dope. It's a samurai game. There's some magic involved, some aliens in there as well. And that too is co-op, which I want a new Army of Two game. That's the first or the best co-op game I've ever played. And I want it back. But we're talking about Kinitsugami right now. It's coming to PS5, so I'm probably gonna cop this when it drops. I'm gonna at least look out for a demo and play that, because I was really, really interested in this game and everything it was presenting in the trailer. It looked fire. City Skyline 2 also looked really, really good, but that's just because I like city builders. I'm into city builders and business simulators, business management games, all other stuff like that. And that's exactly what Cities Skyline 2 is. I know I would spend too much time on this game were it to come to PlayStation, but I believe it's only going to be Xbox and PC. So it is what it is. But I fought with the trailer because the game looked great. Like, they really made a lot of like graphical and like technical improvements to the game. I could just tell based on the first one. Or, yeah, based on the differences between the first one and this one. What else? Oh, they announced this 1 terabyte Xbox Series S, which I think it was overdue. I'm glad they didn't try to, this is the Xbox Series S Pro or Plus and all this other bullshit. They just came out and was like, it's the same Series S, but we're going to come out of the box with a 1 terabyte hard drive instead of whatever the Series X comes with now. I appreciate that, especially if they're talking about acquiring Activision Blizzard with all the large games that Activision and Blizzard creates space-wise. Speaking about Call of Duty specifically, because the last time I deleted Call of Duty for final deletion, because I have not put that game back on my console since, and we're sitting at over 200 gigs of fucking memory or space on my hard drive gone, or that I freed up after deleting Call of Duty. The game is incredibly big. I don't understand why, but I guess. But I like the whole 1 terabyte of Xbox Series S thing, because then this would mean, to me at least, that the Xboxes with the smaller hard drives, whatever, they're gonna go on sale. And I've been contemplating getting the Xbox for some of these games, so we'll see. The Capcom showcase, the only game I was specifically interested in, because we know about Street Fighter 6 and everything like that. Gonna be purchasing that quite soon. Exoprimal, Webster said people were shitting on this game. I don't understand why. The shit looked fire to us actually. We both was like, this shit look good and I can't wait to play it. Webster said he played the demo and the game is dope, so I'm all in. And when they come out, I don't give a fuck what everybody talking about online. I like the trailer. I like the premise of the game. I'm fucking with Exoprimal. Outside of Summer Games Fest, Nintendo decided to have a direct, which I knew they would. I knew they would, because they were notably, visibly, and angrily, at least from my point of view, I want to see them at the Summer Game Fest, and they decided they didn't want to be a part. So I was like, they got to be doing a direct sometime soon. Boom, they came with it, within a week or two. It just happened. The games that caught my attention from the direct, though, that I'm most excited for, Palia, I think I'm saying that right, Palia, which is a free-to-play like farmer life sim kind of game. Think Animal Crossing and Dreamlight Valley, like, coming together a little bit. It's kind of open worldy, so you can play with friends without doing what you have to do in Animal Crossing to get friends to be on your island. So I'm excited. I like farm sims, like I said, business simulator games. Harvest Moon is what got me into those games. Harvest Moon and Roller Coaster Tycoon, all the Tycoon games I fuck with. Harvest Moon as well. And so I'm like, okay, another Harvest Moon child. Because that's what Paleo looks like to me. It looks like the sun. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to check it out. It's supposed to be free to play. So I'm like, this is going to be dope. Because I don't know if I even have one free to play Nintendo Switch game. I think every Nintendo Switch game that I own, I've purchased with my own dollarettes. So, yeah, I'm finna be fun. I'm finna have a good time with this one. The Super Mario RPG, definitely getting that game. That shit looks fire. It's a new Super Mario story. On top of that, turn-based battle system. So I was like, okay. So they kind of took it back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Gave me a turn-based battle system. But for fucking Mario, all of the different characters Super Mario has spawned and different enemies, this is going to be fun. I'm excited. So definitely looking forward to that. I like the whole animation style as well. Kind of like 2.5D-ish, 2D kind of shit. It looks dope. Ready for that. Mario or Super Mario Wonder. Now, I read this was a remake, which I should have just did some research. But either way, if it is, I'm down. If it's not, I'm still down because they look fire. I like the whole, you get this Wonder Star and then the whole board changes or the whole level changes to something else and you get to swim and go underground. And I like everything Super Mario Wonder was presenting. So I'm probably going to cop that as well. But definitely the Super Mario RPG. So maybe not Wonder, but the RPG definitely. Pikmin 4. This is day one cop. It's supposed to be coming out July 24th. I am excited. The game looks amazing. The new companion pet, this dog companion Ochi, which is the first time they're giving us a companion pet in the Pikmin series. I'm like, got to have it. I'm super excited about that and all of the different functionalities that Ochi brings to the game. I like the these new underground expeditions that you're gonna be able to do. I like this new thing where they like all of the space cadets, the stranded space cadets that you rescue, they will actually join your space team and your campground or whatever and make improvements on it so that you could play the game better. I was like, oh, this is dope. So as I rescue people that are stranded, they become part of my team. And when I go back to my base at the end of the workday or whatever, I could talk to them about improving something so that when I go back on the expedition tomorrow, I'm even more souped up. I fuck with that. This is a first in the Pikmin franchise, so I'm really excited about that. Something called the Dory Battles, which that's just a new thing altogether as well. So I'm excited to see what that's talking about. Night expeditions. I could finally stay out at nighttime and not have to worry about my Pikmin getting eaten up. I'm pretty sure I will have to take certain Pikmin back to the campgrounds or whatever, and then go back out in the nighttime and get some of these new glow Pikmin, which I'm excited to understand exactly what they do. They was whooping ass in the trailer just like all the Pikmin usually do, but I was like, what's so special about them? Is it just that they glow in the dark and that they're for nighttime use, or do they have another special ability? I don't know. I'm excited. So Pikmin 4, I'm really I can't wait. It's supposed to be a demo coming out this week. I'll see about that, but otherwise, I don't mind waiting another month or so for July 24th to roll around, because I'm definitely copping this day one. I've been waiting on Pikmin 4 for FOR years. Like, it's been a while. So much so that when they dropped the 1, 2, and 3 bundle on Nintendo Switch, I purchased it and beat it within like 2 or 3 months. At least number 3, because I played 1 and 2, so I was like, I'm gonna just start on 3 to get ready for 4, but completed it because I'm ready for 4. So we'll see. Outside of that, since the last episode, the games that I've been playing, Final Fantasy 16, the demo. I know Final Fantasy 16 in full is out. However, the demo is free. And on top of that, any progress you make in the demo carries over to the full game. So my plan, beat the demo in its entirety, do everything I can do in the demo, unlock everything, and then I'll spend the ducats and get the full version, and I'll be able to pick up right where I left off on the demo. This is how you budget and you manage money as an adult who has a gaming habit. They were kind enough to give you a demo that will carry over to the full game, so I'm playing that, and then when I beat it, I bought a real game. Overwatch 2 season 5. I'm making my way through the battle pass. I'll be real, I'm not too into this particular season of Overwatch. Something about it. I think it's because they're not doing a new character this season, but they already announced that season 6 will have the new character. So I'm just kind of playing through just because I love Overwatch. I'm not necessarily intent about completing the battle pass. I think I will end up completing it anyway, just because I want this new mythic tracer skin or whatever. But if it don't happen, I ain't really gonna be too pressed like that, because I don't really get a chance to play damage characters like that anyway. And then Tracer is not. She's one of my mains, but she's not on the top of my list. Like, I will play her if I have other good teammates, and she could be utilized on whatever map we on. But yeah, Overwatch 2 season 5 is in full effect. I need to see what's going on with the credits though, because whenever they do, what I'm realizing is that whenever they put out a season that doesn't have a new character, the battle pass usually got little sprinkles of like credits where you could buy the battle pass or things from the shop or whatever. So basically they give you money since they're not introducing any new characters or anything like that. So I actually do need to beat the battle pass so I can get all of the free money that they want to give. That way I can unlock the battle pass without spending any of my own real money. It works out. Marvel's Midnight Suns, I've been enjoying that. I did not know they were going to have so many surprise characters pop up in the game. So like the last story mission that I did, Captain America pulled up and helped me and my 3-man squad out. I was like, oh, can't even know Cap was in the game. This is dope. So now that these characters are popping up, because the last one that did that was Wolverine. He popped up on me on a mission, helped me out, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't know this was a thing, because I can't customize them or use them from the base or whatever. But they just hopped in and was like, I'm gonna help because I hate this nigga too. So that's dope. And it made me realize I'm probably going to spend money on 2 DLC, at least 2. I want the Storm DLC because I want to be able to use Storm on my team, and I want Deadpool. Deadpool's one of my favorite Marvel characters, period. So I'm going to buy this nigga and use him on my squad. I think he'll pair really well with Blade whenever I go out on missions with Blade. So Marvel's Midnight Sun has been dope. Of course, Marvel Snap Daily. They put this new Conquest mode in there, which I'm really, really enjoying. It's been whooping my ass now. I'm gonna be real, it's been whooping my ass. They've been putting me up against some people who got some solid decks, and they've been beating me down. But I've been making my way through the Conquest mode. I'm getting better at it. I'm really, really enjoy Marvel Snap. It's a daily little mobile game that I play. I really appreciate it. Same thing with Marvel Strike Force. They're getting ready to put 2 or 3 new characters in the game, which bravo to the Marvel Strike Force team, because they consistent as fuck. I'm talking about every other month they're like, oh, new character, or every month, every other month, every 4 weeks they're like, new character, got something coming new to you for the Strike Force team and all this other stuff. I was like, this is dope. Another mobile game. I really, really enjoy playing it daily. That's pretty much it for the game chat. Yeah, I'm enjoying gaming right now, and I'm looking forward to buying all of these new games that I said I'm gonna get. Yeah, let's just go ahead, play some music real quick, and then we're gonna jump into the playlist, talk about some of this music that done dropped.
Drop a count of diamonds, walk 'em by the tens. I was drinking and curl cold.
Hey yo, let him get up in it when he came home. After a long bid, you know that sex game strong. Headed to the brick, baby, hang on. Ding dong, got that Alexander Wang on. Wait, free dog. She heard that he eatin' my did the face palm. Pretty no makeup, I ain't had to put my face on.
The playlist for this particular episode, like I said in the intro, quality, not so much quantity, and I'm okay with that. So kicking it off with the new singles and videos that came out that I checked out. Nicki Minaj, Ice Spice, Barbie World. Nicki slid on there. Ice Spice Snap. I was paying attention. I was like, oh, is she neck and neck with the queen right now for verses? Because obviously on Princess Diana, you know, Nicki slid on that. She stole the show on there. But this Barbie World, I'm like, kinda, I don't know. Cause I really like Spice's verse, her little flow change in the middle. That one line that caught me off guard. I've been dragging her so she balled a bit. I was like, and then there was a bar that kind of went with that as well next. I was like, okay, she's stepping up the word play and being clever with some shit that I ain't really never heard before. So I was like, okay, cool. I fuck with it though. It's a cool song. It's probably gonna debut really, really high on the charts because I've been seeing it do amazing things everywhere. It's like really, really picked up on the radio. That's the one thing that I really appreciate about like Nicki as an artist. She is so legendary and so good at what she does that whenever she puts out something that's meant to appeal to everybody, like basically whenever she put out a pop record, the world shows us like, oh no, Nicki's still on top of her game, because that shit shoot straight to the top of the charts. This is definitely like, you know, a pop record or whatever. Same way Super Freaky Girl came out, shot to #1 like immediately. Like whenever Nicki does her like pop rap records or whatever, the entire fan base as a whole who the side that can't say nigga and talk about all of the black shit that goes on in Nicki Minaj's music, they come represent like, yes, she finally gave us another pop song we could turn up to. Everybody comes together and it's a hit. So Barbie World is probably going to do the same. Whoever is producing the Barbie World like movie and all the stuff surrounding it, I think it's a Warner Brothers film if I'm not mistaken, they drop in the bag to make sure everything is promoted well and in people's face and all that other stuff like that. So I expect the Barbie World soundtrack to do really, really well, but this song in particular is probably going to be the one that's like gains the most attention, because the Barbs don't play about Nicki, and Ice Spice's fan base is growing to be just as devout. So cool on that. The video looks great as well. Like I said, Warner Brother got the budget, and they definitely made it look like what we would expect. Some Barbie dream house kind of stuff or whatever. Pink everywhere. Pink cars, pink boats, pink jet skis, pink clouds, pink wigs, pink outfits. It's Barbie World. So that was cool. Busta Rhymes and Bia, they put out a record called Beach Ball. I really, really fuck with it. Every now and then, Busta Rhymes will give us a cool like summertime record. He kind of got an ear for stuff like that, and I really appreciate that about him. Obviously, he slid on there. Who surprised me was Bia. Now, I'm a Bia fan. I fuck with Bia. I knew she could rap, but I'm listening to this verse, and I'm like, oh, she's getting even better. Because she was already solid to me. I've been fucking with Bia for a long, long time, and I'm like, this girl can rap. I hear her getting better, and I really like that. She's becoming a lot more versatile, and she's getting these dope looks from legends like Busta Rhymes. I'm fucking with it. The video, it's a green screen, which is cool because it's on the beach. It's playful beach green screen kind of vibes, whatever. I think I saw Rick Ross pop up in the video and DJ Khaled. Like, I was like, all right, this is cool. Like, it's not no super high budget video, but it fits the song. The song is called Beach Ball. the video is a green screen version of them on the beach playing with beach balls. It's cool. But I really like the record. It's gonna be perfect for the summertime. It's very fitting for the summertime. Be a slid. She snapped. Busta Rhymes did what he normally does, which is snap. So I'm sold on the record. Chris Brown, Summer Too Hot. I was excited for this, right? Because for a little minute, I've been like, the girls got it with the summer anthem so far. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Diddy and Fab teamed up with the City Girls to Act Bad real quick. That's a cool record. I definitely see that being a song of the summer. City Girls popped out again with another record talking about they need a thug and Pinata and all this other shit. Cool. Put It on the Floor is probably going to be a record that withstands the summer. And then, Nicki's out here with Red Ruby the Sleeves and, Princess Diana with Ice Spice and Pound Town 2 with Sexy Red. Like, that little list of music I just named, it's going to be like summertime vibes. They going up for the summertime. So I was like, when are the guys gonna come with something? Because I've been just seeing all this melodramatic, like super street nigga music, and I was like, okay, this is cool. Some of the beats have been really, really fire and all this other stuff, but I want to go to the clubs and the day parties and the bars, not necessarily the clubs, because moving past that that phase, but the day parties and the brunches and the bars, I'm trying to go turn up. The pool parties and shit, like, what's going on with the summertime music, fellas? Like, why the guys ain't like out here giving us nothing to vibe to? Chris Brown said, don't worry about it. I usually have to do it by myself. I'm gonna do it again. Summer Too Hot is definitely that song. It just feel good. It make you want to dance. It make you want to vibe. I'm incredibly interested to see if this song gets a video, because I know some sick choreography gonna be done to this fucking song. It's a banger, bro. I hope he promotes it correctly and gets it in front of the people it needs to be in front of so that it can last, because this is a really, really dope song. The more I listen to it, the more I'm like enjoying the record, to the point where I found myself putting it on repeat for a little bit. While I was gaming or whatever, I was like, it just feel good. The sun's out, it's up tempo, I'm having a good time on the game. Play it again. Summer Too Hot. I really, really fuck with this record. So shout out to Chris Brown for coming with another summertime banger, because he tend to do this. Like, he's one of the artists that pays attention to what time of year it is. He give us some up-tempo shit for spring, summertime, and then when fall, winter time come along, it's some, some slower R&B type vibes. He might do something for Christmas, like music or whatever. I like that. I like that he's a seasonal artist, and he gonna make sure he has records out that fits every season, every mood, because we in summertime, we trying to turn up, and all you niggas want to talk about is your ops and the hoes and the jury that we already know you got, and these cars that in fashion and shit. Like, that's grand, but that's fucking great. But it's outside time. Let's turn up. What else? Albums. Gunna put out a new project. I fuck with it. I do. Caught me by surprise, because no features. Gunna's not usually an artist that I would associate being able to carry his project with 0 features, but he did it, and I'm not mad at it. I really feel like it was a bold choice, and I think it was actually a good choice, because coming off of these snitch allegations or whatever, he needed to show that he could hold it down by himself without no help from any big names in the industry, and make us like fall in love with his music and his artistry all over again. And I really fuck with that, because he's never had a moment like this where he's had to carry an entire project by himself. But I don't know no more. IDK No More, favorite record off the whole project. Even though I appreciate that he came with no features on here and just did what he needed to do, address the snitching allegations at least twice on every song, I do want some features on here, because I hear some of these beats and I'm like, Thug was supposed to be on this, Travis was supposed to be on this, Drake could have probably did something right here. Like, I'm listening to these beats and I'm like, either they didn't turn in their verses or you took them off because you wanted to make a point and drop a project that was going to be a hit with no features. I fuck with it either way. It's just, I heard space for other artists and I would have liked that, just because Gunna is not the most versatile artist. Like, his music, if he not on somebody else shit or whatever, like, his kind of music kind of blends. It sounds the same a little bit, but he came with some different stuff on here a little bit, so I was all right, cool. Young Thug, a week later, Business is Business. I fuck with the project. Everybody was saying, "Oh, Gunna album is better. Young Thug done put some trash out. I like Gunna album better." Blah blah blah. I disagree. I actually like Young Thug's album better than Gunna's, and it's because it was more versatile. Young Thug is a more versatile artist than Gunna, in my opinion. And then Young Thug came with a bunch of features from people that I wanted to hear features from. So that was straight. Like, I understand why Gunna did what he did. And I was like, okay, coming off of these snitching allegations or whatever and trying to win back the trust and the support of the fans, obviously he had to come with a little bit more serious, a little bit more street album or whatever to, rejuvenize or regalvanize or rejuvenate. So why did I put them two words together like that? To reinvigorate his fan base. I was like, okay, cool, but again, we in summertime. It's time to vibe and dance. I know it kind of would have looked a little crazy, you fighting snitching rumors, but you trying to make us turn up in the club. Like, that would have, Gunna read the room and he realized what kind of album he needed to make. Young Thug read the room and realized this is what the people need. And I fuck with both of them, but I'm not going to be one of the people that, oh, Gunna album was better, because I don't believe that. I think Young Thug album was better. Either way, I really appreciate everything that Young Thug did on this project. I'm trying to pull up the track list right now so I can tell y'all which ones are my favorite. I definitely like what it was. Cars Bring Me Out featuring Future. That was the first record I playlisted like straight through. First listen through, I was like, oh yeah. The beat, the vibe of the beat, because it kind of got like this like island feel to it. It's a little bit of island to it, just based on the instruments that they use. Future Snap, Thug Snap, fucking with it. Parade on Cleveland featuring Drake, I fuck with that song as well. You Went featuring Drake as well, fuck with it. With the Racks, 21 Savage, Travis Scott, and Yak Gotti, fuck with it. Abracadabra featuring Travis Scott, definitely fuck with it. Hellcat Kenny featuring Lil Uzi Vert, definitely fuck with it. And this is another thing that I really, really enjoyed about the project. He did not skip on the features. Like, this is like, Drake got 2 features on here, Travis got 2 features on here, 21 Savage has 2 features on here, and then you have Lil Uzi Vert and a Future feature on here, which is pretty much Pluto and Baby Pluto. Like, the niggas came together to support Thug, and I really, really appreciate it. Hope everybody finally got paid, because they've seen something where Drake was like, you owe me for this, and Young Thug was in the comments like, you're going to get paid for your features, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. That was dope. Metro Boomin coming back around this past Monday night / Tuesday morning and dropping his version, because Metro produced the album, but I think something else, there was another producer a part of the project as well. So what Metro Boomin did, he came back with his version of the album where he rearranged the track list to how he would put it out, and he put it out. And then he added a new song on there, or 2 new songs. One, Money featuring Juice WRLD and Nicki Minaj. So it's Young Thug, Juice WRLD, Nicki Minaj on this Money song. I fuck with it. Another up-tempo record, Nicki sliding. Haven't heard Juice WRLD rap like this. RIP to that man. Young Thug slid. Playlisted that one. First listen, because I was like, this so we need for the summertime. It's up. And then Sake of My Kids, which I haven't listened to yet because I want to listen to Metro's version of the project and listen to the track list top to bottom, how he put it together. So business is business. Needless to say, it's probably going to be a #1 album when it debuts on the Billboard 200, because we got 2 versions of the album out now. One of them has a Nicki and Juice WRLD feature, which, again, the Barbs, and then Juice WRLD's fans, out of the Juice WRLD fans, they go up. They really took it to heart when he passed away, and they've been supporting him ever since. Anything Juice WRLD related, even the artists that was like his quote unquote best friends in the industry, they was like, we're gonna support them because Juice WRLD used to fuck with them. So project is gonna do well. I like the project overall. Like I said, very versatile. There's records for everything. We got street records on there. We got some cool turn up records on there. We got some chill laid back records on there. I fuck with it. I'm really excited to hear Metro's version because I want to hear the rearrangement that he made to the track list, because Metro is a really, really good producer. I'm learning that more and more about him as I see his versatility with his projects and the things that he puts out into the world. Metro Boomin is becoming one of my favorite like producers of the new producer wave. So I fuck with it. Even though Metro Boomin been out for years now, years and years and years, he's finally ascending to like my top 5 of producers, because I really, really fuck with him. He's gonna be on some dates, well not dates, on some festivals coming up. I really want to go. You know, he did Coachella and that shit was lit. I watched his set on YouTube. It was lit. I hope he come to One Music Fest, cause Atlanta, duh. And then on top of that, I'm probably gonna be at One Music Festival this year, so I'm excited. Either way, that's the playlist for this particular episode. Glad that, you know, Metro Boomin circled back, got Nicki on the project and Juice WRLD on there. Fuck with Young Thug's business is business. Let's go ahead, play some music, and jump into the watch list. Watch list for this particular episode: trailer spotlight, interview with the vampire. Now, I did some research after watching this trailer because I was really, really intrigued. So apparently this is a series done by AMC Network, which AMC be low-key having like some really, really dope shows. Remember, that's where The Walking Dead comes from. They have other great programs as well, but this one in particular I was interested in based on the trailer. Some guy is interviewing a black vampire, and you know, he's telling his story about how he was made by his maker and everything that he learned on his first time around as a vampire, whatever the case might be. And I just thought this is a really, really interesting, like another interesting angle for vampires, because I'm not like super big into the horror genre. I'm trying to make my way into that. But one thing, or one side of the horror genre that I really, really appreciate is the like supernatural side, the fantasy fiction supernatural side of the horror genre. So I was like, okay, cool. I tend to fuck with vampire shows. True Blood is one of my favorite shows of like all time. I was devastated when that shit had to end because I was really, really enjoying the story. I've seen every episode of Vampire Diaries. I've seen most of the originals, even though I need to finish that out and start on the spinoff of the originals. And I think the only like vampire shit that kind of missed me was the whole Twilight series. I don't know, something about it just didn't grab me like everything else. But needless to say, This Interview with the Vampire is a remake of a movie that came out like 93, 94 or something like that or whatever. But they made it into a series this time. Like I said, it's an AMC network. Because you got to be specific, because AMC got theaters and then they have a channel, like a TV network. So it's an AMC network television show, but you can stream it on Amazon Prime if you have Prime. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'll probably give y'all some kind of review about how I feel about the show on a later episode of Talk and Play Blurrycast, because I believe the first season is done. So I'm have to sit and binge, which will probably happen over a course of some days or weeks. Because I like to binge, but if I'm really, really into what I'm watching, I'd be like, okay, let me take a break now. I want to save some for another day and time. You know what I'm saying? I can get through it all now, but I want to wait and save some. Either way, Interview with the Vampire is really, really good. If you are into like horror television shows, especially dealing with supernatural stuff, if you like vampires or whatever, you might enjoy this one. So check the trailer out. If you fuck with it, Amazon Prime. What else I watched? Okay, so one thing I said, I watched something that might have catch you guys off guard a little bit, right? Pharrell's Louis Vuitton collection fashion show. I checked it out. Something about, because I was seeing all the headlines like, oh yeah, Louis Vuitton names Pharrell the new creative director for the brand or whatever the case might be. And I was like, okay, this is dope. This is dope for Pharrell, and I think he'll do a good job. And I saw a bunch of criticism, and then Pharrell responded to the criticism. He was like, because people were like, why would they make Pharrell? He ain't never been to no fashion school, nothing like that. Pharrell was like, well, I didn't go to Juilliard to study music, and yet I'm doing very, very well at music. So I think I could trust my artistic side a little bit with the creating of fashion, even though I've never been to a fashion school, and I could probably give you all some stuff that y'all like. And I was like, you know what, Pharrell, you right. I hate when people do stuff like that. Like, why is this a thing? This person don't have no track record for being a part of this thing or whatever. And it's like, we all got to start somewhere. So I fuck with it. The fashion show is for the spring summer 24 collection. It's on YouTube right now if you want to watch it. That's where I watched it. It's about 24 minutes long. You won't be disappointed. I say that. The music slid. Pharrell definitely came through with bangers for his fashion collection. There was an unreleased or a new Clips record, which I don't know how long it's been since we've heard Pusha T and Malice or No Malice. I don't know his name right now, but as we heard the Clips come together for a new song, because they on different journeys right now. So I was like, oh, this is dope. And then the choir that he had a live band and a live choir. I'm assuming that the song that they were performing was called Joy, because they said Joy like 300 times, no less. Fire to me though. I really, really enjoyed this choir backed by this live band, and he had a DJ as well to kind of like make sure the 808s and the bass and everything hit, because you lose that stuff with live bands. It's one of the reasons I don't care for like rappers and artists who do rap music and hip hop or whatever having live bands to back up their sets, but they don't have a DJ playing the instrumental track as well. Because I'm like, there's things that happen when you make a beat that real instruments can't produce all the way. There's a deepness and a richness that you can produce on a computer that you just can't with an actual physical instrument drum. So I'm glad that Pharrell was like, I'm good at music, I know what I'm doing. Have a little DJ in the back playing the track underneath, because everything hit. When it all came together, that DJ back track, the instrumentation from the live band and the choir, I was like, Pharrell, this is a concert. I like the clothes, but you doing your thing with this music. But all of the pieces look great. I was like, I definitely see Pharrell's influence on these clothes. I really like the choices that he made with some of the fashion. Like, you know, at this point, Louis Vuitton has like 2 signature patterns. They have the pattern with the like them little icons, some little symbols, and the LV logo and everything. They have that iconic pattern, but now they also have that like iconic checkerboard type shit or whatever, where it's like the brown and it's dark brown and light brown, but in the checkerboard pattern, they have that. Pharrell, he took the checkerboard pattern. Well, he took all of the patterns really, but the one that stuck out to me the most was that checkerboard pattern. He took it, he put different color schemes over them. So the blue one looked really, really dope. It was like a nice, like bee color yellow. This like forest green that he kind of had on one. Some kind of scarlet red looking color. Like, he did a myriad of different like color schemes for that checkerboard pattern, and like all of that shit looked fire. He mixed and matched some of the colors with pieces. So like one of the models would have on like the red checkerboard pattern, and then he would have a blue checkerboard pattern like crossbody bag with like a green checkerboard pattern briefcase or something. I was like, this is fire. Even outside of that, he did something with the LV logo where he used the LV and then put OVERS behind it, so it spells like lovers, or you can read it as Louis Vuitton lovers because it's LV others. I was like, this is fire. I like the way he stylized that. Everything looked amazing to me. It's the first time I was like, I really want Louis Vuitton. I'm not really into like big names and labels when it comes to clothes, but this is the first time I was like, I want it. I can't afford it, but I want it. And then, you know, the pattern with the symbols and everything, the little circle and the star and all the little symbols or whatever, he did some stuff with that too. But the checkerboard pattern was like calling out to me the most, especially because there was also a checkerboard pattern where he kind of stylized it to look like army fatigue digital. I was like, this is fire. If you look up Rihanna and ASAP Rocky's outfit, they were wearing 2 of those pieces, like a matching set of like denim color. I was like, fire. He had some other colors as well in that same like army fatigue digital checkerboard Louis Vuitton pattern. I was like, you did your shit for real. I fuck with it. The overall fashion show was really, really dope. I really liked all of the scenic angles that the camera people was getting, because they did it, I think it was in Paris. I forget which like European country that this fashion show took place, but the different angles they was getting of like the scenery around the fashion show, I was like, dope. They did it right after sunset, so it's still a little bit of light, but it's mostly dark. I was like, this is fire. Beautiful buildings. The celebrities came out. We had Beyonce in the audience. She took a break from the Renaissance tour to pop up with Jay-Z, and she was sitting next to Zendaya. They was bopping to the Pharrell music because the music was going up. That was my favorite part of the music. But overall, many celebrities decided to pop out. Like I said, Rihanna and ASAP was there. Quavo and Takeoff. Like, there was a bunch of people there. A bunch of like black celebrities that you know usually like fashion. So it was like really cool seeing them all come together and support Pharrell on his fashion endeavor. So yeah, like I said, YouTube, check that out if you're interested. I think you will like the pieces, even if you're not like really into fashion or whatever. I think you'll like the pieces and the music and the way Pharrell put the whole show together, because it was very, very captivating and I enjoyed watching it. Went to the theaters though and saw The Blackening. Hilarious, bro. Like, if you have not seen it yet, please do. I know it has great reviews on Rotten Tomato and Fandango and all this other stuff. Those are not cap. It really is good like that. And I know the trailer kind of give it like this whole Wayne and his brothers like scary movie parody kind of situation, but it's not that either. It's an actual horror thriller, but with comedy. They put some comedy in there because they giving us how black people would think and speak and react to being in the situation that they were in. I'm not going to give away the story, because you know the movie's still in theaters and I want y'all to go see it. But once you get into everything with the plot and the story and the characters, you're gonna understand. It was a silly reason why all of this stuff happened, but as a black person, you're gonna relate. I'll say that, because I feel like all of us, especially as black generations of, you know, children grow up and become adults, whatever, I feel like we've all been in a space that caused this stuff to happen, where we felt alienated for a specific reason, doing a black thing that all black people should know how to do, but we don't, because somebody won't show us, but we need to be shown in order to know how to do it. Do you understand when you watch the movie? It was really, really good. I like that it wasn't like a parody or just trying to make fun of scary movies, you know, because we had enough of that with the Wayans brothers and their whole like catalog of scary movies. 1, 2, 3. I think got 4 scary movies now. Either way, it wasn't that. I like that it was just black people reacting naturally to being in that kind of fucked up situation. I like that it was mostly like new and up and coming cast members, because Yvonne Orji, who is Molly from Insecure, and Jay Farrow, who, you know, he's been around for a long time doing Jay-Z impersonations and all this other stuff. It was like the most high profile, notable names in the movie. From what I can remember, everybody else was like newer actors and actresses, which I thought was dope because they really did a good job. I laughed out loud several times. The entire theater, it was a really, really good black moment. And I just have to be real about that. It was not for white people or anything like that. It was black people. It's for us. It's for us to go to the movies and have a good time, get drunk, get high with your friends and all this other stuff, and go sit in that theater and laugh for an hour, 45 minutes plus. It was a really, really good time. If you like going to the movies for nigga movies like that, where you know the audience is going to be majority black and y'all going to be laughing and being, you know, niggas in the theater, then you want to go see this. So make it a little date night adventure. Do whatever you need to do. The Blackening is a good ass fucking time. I really enjoyed the movie, and I enjoyed the little undertones of holding black people accountable for the shit that we've perpetualized in our own like community or whatever. Like there was some little teachable moments in there about how we treat each other as black people within the black community, stuff that only we'll understand. I like that they called that stuff out, you know, held the characters, you know, accountable for the parts they was playing and being, you know, whatever the case. And I don't know, it was dope. I left the theater like proud of that movie. Like, yeah, we got a horror thriller or whatever with plenty of black comedy. You know what I'm saying? We called each other out on some of the fuck shit that be going on in the black community. And, you know, survival happened. I won't say who survived and how many survived, but black people was living. And I fuck with it. The Blackening is a really, really good time. Make sure you go see it. Since we're talking about comedies, I also had a chance to check out the 85 South Show comedy special on Netflix. It was funny. I laughed out loud at that as well. It was pretty much their tour stop in Atlanta, but they recorded it, sold it to Netflix. Netflix bought it. It's on Netflix. It's about an hour long comedy special. It's Chico Bean, Carlos Miller, and DC Young Fly doing their thing or whatever, which they ain't, you know, like tell jokes per se. Their particular brand of live show when it comes to 85 South Show, because the podcast and the live show is different. The podcast, they be having like nigga conversations. The live show, they be doing nigga shit, like roasting each other. That's pretty much what they was doing the whole time. They spent some time roasting the audience and interacting with the crowd and everything. And then they spent some time roasting each other, and they just kind of went back and forth doing that. And then musical guest. Rich Homie Quan came out. That was really, really dope. Only thing, I wish they would have did like Pharrell and had a DJ playing the track in the back. I like the live band situation, but the bass, the 808s on Lifestyle and the bass and 808s on fucking Some Type of Way, it don't hit the same coming off no fucking no fucking live instrument drum, no acoustic drum. We need that backing track with the computer generated bass in there to like give it everything. Rich Homie Quan still turned up. The crowd was still lit. It was still a good watch. I enjoyed his performance. It was just I was missing that one little specific portion from his entire performance because I was like, it hit, but the bass ain't bassing. Either way, that was cool. Since we over on Netflix, I checked out the Black Clover Sword of the Wizard King movie. It was dope. I miss Black Clover, so I was hyped just to watch some new Black Clover content. It's one of my favorite anime right now. And I'm glad that they gave us a movie to hold us over until this new season come out. But it was dope. Specifically because it was more action than anything. Like they got straight to the action and they kind of just kept the action going like throughout. It was little pockets of little moments where the characters took breaks and everything to like strategize and figure out what they was going to do next and, you know, talk about the history behind why this person's attacking and all this other stuff. But for the most part, it was the good, super animated, like really high level animation action that we know of from the Black Clover series whenever they are fighting like a real big boss. So it was that like the entire movie. I really, really enjoyed that. The plot, you know, it's another, you know, villain who's actually an anti-hero, just really, really pissed off. So he's like causing a bunch of chaos so that, you know, the world can change and be a better place for people. It's another one of them stories. But I didn't mind it. I was like, okay, cool. I kind of expect this this kind of plot line from, you know, anime, because that's pretty much why all the villains do what they do. Most of them are anti-heroes who just got a bad attitude and want to destroy shit now so things can be better now. But overall, the movie was good. It was about 2 hours long, which I was surprised about. But all 2 of them hours, I was engaged. I was like, fire. Action scenes, carry. The new transformations that took place with some of the main characters, dope to see. So now I'm really, really ready for the new season of Black Clover. And then I went over to HBO Max and checked out The Idol, which, if you're not familiar, this is The Weeknd's, you know, the artist, the musician, The Weeknd. This is his new show that he's doing with Netflix. I only watched the first episode. They drop episodes weekly, which is dope because he's also dropping a song a week in companion with the episode. So I guess like whatever the big song is for that particular episode is going to actually come out on like Spotify and shit like that so that you can stream it and listen to it. So that's dope. I like the whole synergy there. And he's a main character on the show as well. So that's dope. The first episode was really, really good. So I decided I'm going to stick it out and watch the rest of the series, or at least catch up to where it is now. Because like I said, they dropping the episode a week thing. What is most compelling about it, though, at least in my opinion, is that this particular show is set in the Euphoria universe. So while we waiting years and years and years for Euphoria to come back with the new season, we could be getting into The Idol, because the main character, this girl or whatever, she's a pop star, and she's actually, like I said, a part of the Euphoria universe. So at some point in the series, we'll see like 1 or 2 of the cast from Euphoria, like I guess going to a concert of hers or like bumping into her in a club or something like that. Like they cross paths to like, you know, let you know like, hey, this is set in the Euphoria universe. So I was like, oh, this is dope. So we get to see like a whole different angle, because I believe I believe like Cassie or somebody, one of the cast members, or one of the characters from Euphoria, whatever, is like one of her favorite artists or whatever. So we'll see her in the show. So I just thought that was dope because it's kind of giving us something to like chill and get into while we wait for Euphoria to come back on the TV. But that is it. That's all I've been watching. Of course, still keeping up with Country Wayne's YouTube channel. We avoided pregnancy scares, or Wayne avoided pregnancy scares. I feel terrible for Anthony. I don't like the way that they doing his character. Like Amber, I had high hopes for Amber after the way Wayne did her. So for her to go back and start messing with Wayne again after she's in a full committed relationship with Anthony. So she cheating on Anthony. This nigga don't know nothing about it. Him or Wayne and Anthony are business partners. Anthony knows about Wayne and Amber's past, but you know, he was man enough to just look past that. He fell in love with the girl. He done bought a wedding ring. He trying to propose. He got Shayla involved. It's just, I don't like the way that they doing Anthony. And I hope when he find out that Amber and Wayne been, you know, messing around behind his back, or Amber been cheating on him, I hope he, you know, turn up. Because Anthony rich, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got everything that women say they want in a man. So, go out there. Have your whole phase. Have your whole season real quick. Because do like Kendrick did. Start just fucking. And I appreciate Kendrick. He's getting back to being more grounded now that he's back, you know, or now that he's gotten over his last situation. Him and Mike's storyline together is becoming increasingly hilarious. Rashad is fucking hilarious, bro. The way he just be keeping it real, but too real at the same time. I laugh all the time. Philip and Chase's storyline is also very entertaining. I want to see if Phil and that girl is actually gonna continue to rock, because you know, I know it can be off-putting to be caught by your parents trying to smash. Especially after that girl told you, like, we don't have to do this right here in your mama house. We could just go to my house. I got a bed and everything. We don't have to do this on your mama couch. She told you, nigga. And you still was like, nah, let's do it here. Hope y'all work that out, though. Chase getting 50 racks from his cousin, who is clearly still in the drug game. Like, come on, Chase. I know you're trying to play oblivious, but you see that shit. Either way, Country Wayne's YouTube channel is pretty much the modern day soap operas. And I'm watching that shit religiously. It's really good, entertaining, thought-provoking YouTube content. And I actually want D to get Jordan and put him in the dirt. I do. He got Wally locked up wearing this stupid ass wire. He already stole money from Country Wayne. Country Wayne let that shit go. I don't understand. 250 rats? You're not gonna steal 200,000 from me. And I just be like, oh, never mind. But then turn around and sue Anthony and Rolanda because they did a deal that they was allowed to do. That's why you lost the case right there. Because you should have never sued Wayne and Rolanda, because they can do what the fuck they want to do outside of whatever business deals y'all got. And you should have sued Jordan or put his ass in jail or something. Either way, you're not watching the Country Wayne YouTube channel, that you have no idea what I'm talking about. So, with that being said, that's the end of this here episode of the Talk and Play Blurcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I really appreciate it. Follow me on the gram if you haven't already. It's at BRIANSAPPH. That's on Instagram, YouTube. Oh yeah, I guess I can shout out YouTube. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and next tour stop is gonna be concert in Jacksonville. Jeezy, Webby, Boosie, Plies, and Sexy Red. It's gonna be a great hood nigga time, and I can't wait to turn up. More on that on the next episode of Talk and Play Blurcast, or my review, I guess. Yeah. I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Hey, you trying to steal all the spill.
Hey, I'm in the field, not a pill. Hey, you want to spill, then let's spill. Hey, you know how real niggas is. Rose Rush still, Uncle Phil.
Yeah, look. Sis guy, he a visionary. I'm the definition like the dictionary. Baby, turn around, forget the missionary. If they pull up on me with some bad intentions, you go read about it in obituary. I got more soldiers in the military. I got more stones in a cemetery. I have more strings than y'all in February. It's getting hard to put a price on a show. Can't even pick